So this is an Elddis Xplore 304. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your gas bottle with your gas valve on top, which says opened and closed on it. The open is gas on and the closed is gas off. The pipe work that goes into the front of the bottle is a reverse thread fitment, so you need to turn it the opposite way to a bottle cap, for instance, to release the pipe work should you need to change it onto another bottle. On the bulkhead you've got your gas regulator, and you can carry a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles on the caravan at any point. Coming down the side of the caravan you've got your heating and hot water flue. You don't need to do anything with this, but you'd never cover it up either. You need to leave it open at all times. And then below that you have your wind down leg to stabilise the caravan on each side at the front. They are just there for stabilising, not lifting the caravan. And you just wind them down so they touch the ground. If you lifted the caravan with the legs, it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. Next up we have our ack roll and pickup pipe for the water system. So water pump, should I say. You've got the connection here that pushes into the caravan. It'll only go in one way round. Then you lock it in place with the cap here just by pushing it down. You then got the pickup pipe that actually drops inside the ack roll itself, and I'll show you how to fill the water system once we get it inside the caravan. So the motor mover and wheel nuts will actually torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting before the caravan leaves site, and we'll demonstrate the motor mover to you while you're here on site. The vents above are for the fridge system. They are just there for allowing the fridge system to breathe essentially, so it'll blow out some hot air and it'll take in some cool air. And then on the top right hand side of that, on the top cover, you have your gas flue when you're running the fridge on gas. As we said, we've got the fresh water coming in the front of the caravan. It has to come out somewhere once it's been through the sinks and the shower. So that's what these 2 grey pipes are here for on the side of the van. So you put your 2 bits of grey pipe into the larger diameter holes there, and they'll drop down inside the waste master that you'll put on the floor below it. On the back of the caravan you have your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the van again, and the same with the 2 at the front. You would never lift the van with these legs as it could potentially damage the floor. Coming down the door side you've got your toilet flush tank, which you open up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Then in the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, which you can open up. Pull up the orange handle to release the cassette. So you pull up the handle and pull the cassette towards you. The neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got your orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You'll put 1 litre of water in here and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Battery locker down the front of the van. You've got your mains power lead coming into the caravan, and you've got your red motor mover power key in there, which we'll demonstrate in person. And then you've also got your 12 volt battery, which operates the 12 volt systems on board the caravan and also powers the motor mover. We're going to go onto the inside of the caravan now and demonstrate how the inside works. So when you first come into the caravan, you're going to need to turn the master power on. So you're going to put the switch into the down position. So you've got the R or the 1 in pointing down. If you want the power off, you're going to flick it to the top position and that'll be power off. You've then got your internal lights, awning light for the outside of the caravan, and then you've got your water pump run. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, is show you how to fill the water system up. You're going to need to come to every tap on board the caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. Once the taps are all open on the hot side, I'm just going to shut that one off because as you can see I've already bled the system. But once they're all open, you can then come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, and underneath here, just down the side of that tank, the blue tank there, you'll see a yellow valve. That yellow valve needs to be parallel with the floor, so flat with the floor to fill the water system up. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system on board the caravan. So flat with the floor to fill the water system up. Once that valve's flat with the floor, you can then, like I said, have all the taps open, and then you'll come over to your water pump switch just by the door, and you'll turn the switch on. Once the water system's completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, as we have now. So that is the water system completely full, and you can start warming the water on board the caravan. That's where the two control panels, or the control panel below the main control panel, comes in. The first one here that you see, or the top side of this control panel, just wait for it to clear up a little bit. You have your tap symbol, which is your water heating. So at the moment it's off. Press it once and it'll go to 1000 watts of electric coming into the caravan to warm the water up on. It's all preset temperature, so you can't control the water temperature. You've got gas, which I'd advise you use if you're trying to shower on board the caravan, as it will boost the water system a lot quicker than the electric on its own. You then got a combination of gas and electric, which is 500 watts of electric and gas at the same time. And then you've got 1000 watts of electric and gas at the same time on the end here. You then go back to hot water off. If it fails to ignite, you'll actually get a red fail light appear just down in this right hand corner, and that works for either the water heating or the heating on board the caravan. And like I said, that will just let you know it has failed to ignite on gas if you are trying to use the gas as a power source. Let me just turn the water heater back off. Below that, you have the option to run your heating inside of the caravan, so your actual room heating. Again, 500 watts of power coming to the caravan from the site you're on, 1000 watts of power coming to the caravan from the site you're on, 2000 watts of power coming to the caravan from the site you're on, gas on its own, and then off. So depending on how you want to run the caravan power wise, you've got 3 different options of electric and an option of gas. Once you've got it set to the power source you want to use, so at the moment we're on 500 watts, you can control the temperature of the heating by pressing the up button, or the plus button should I say, and that will turn the heating up. When it comes to the end here, and it's this side of the last block, that means it's on its hottest setting for the heating. When it's all the way down, it's on its coldest setting, and if you don't want the heating on, you'll need to put it to the off position on the left hand side here. Hob and oven, or hob, oven and grill, all work very much the same as your household appliances, with your igniter on the front as you'd expect to see. Below the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, you have your mains trip switches. And a little tip for you is, if you're not sure if you've got mains power coming into the caravan or not, hit the test switch. If that switch trips down, that means you've got mains power coming in from the site you're on. If you press that switch and it doesn't trip down, then it means there is no mains power coming from the site you're on. As you can see, charger and fridge, water heater, heater boiler, and the sockets for your 240 supplies. And at the bottom, you've got your 12 volt fuses, and each one of these is marked for what the 12 volt system is for. Next thing we go to is the fridge. Now the fridge is very straightforward to use. You've got power on. And the first power source we're going to go to is 240 mains. If you're on 240 mains or connected to mains power on site, you can use a temperature control on the right hand side here. You've got the option to run gas then. At the moment it's saying there's no gas turned on, so if it fails to ignite on gas, it will flash the pilot light just here. It'll also flash the red warning triangle on the right hand side. To get the igniter to restart, you'll press and hold the warning button on the right hand side and it will restart the igniter. Again, on gas, you control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side here. 12 volt mode is for when you're travelling down the road. Now at the moment we've got no car connected to the caravan, so there's no 12 volt source coming from the car we're towing with. If you want to use the fridge as a cool box, you can do that by turning the fridge on with the main control panel turned off just inside the door, so the master switch off. Turn the fridge on and then the fridge will start cooling down as a cool box essentially. So if you want to get the beer and wine nice and cold before you get on site, it'll be nice and drinkable when you arrive. But like I said, that is only from the 12 volt supply in the car, not the 12 volt supply on board the caravan. Last thing we go through is the toilet system in the bathroom. So come into the bathroom. Below the toilet you actually have your grey waste handle. You need to have this grey waste handle open when you're using the loo to allow the waste into the cassette underneath. When you're removing the cassette or not using the toilet, we do advise you have it back in the central position so no smells come back up from the toilet waste cassette itself. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, again, when you're removing the cassette, it needs to be back in the central position. The blue button on top of the toilet is a flush button, so when you press that button, it'll actually allow the toilet waste cassette toilet to flush. On the left-hand side, the little dot that you see there is an indicator to let you know the toilet waste cassette is completely full. So that is the Elddis Xplore 304. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.